And on this episode of You Waited Too Long, we have this from Covered Geekly. Real Steel 2 with Hugh Jackman gets positive update from director Shawn Levy. Now, if you saw Real Steel in 2011, you would most likely say yes, that was a fantastic, awesome movie, and we should have gotten a sequel the next year. But no. They haven't done anything with it since. And now, as this article suggests, that Disney Plus is making a Real Steel series. They announced this in 2022 and haven't given a single update since. But as Shawn Levy says, though, apparently they were working on a Real Steel 2 and a Real Steel series, but the writer's strike held everything up. Excuse me, the writer's strike was only a few months ago. Not 13 years ago, right after the first Real Steel movie came out. It's amazing now that Hollywood is focusing on the wrong thing. They're thinking, okay, well, this movie was really popular back then, so now if we make it again, or the sequel, or a reboot series on, dare I say, Disney Plus, all of the Real Steel fans are going to come out of the woodwork and go rush to go see this movie or show. That's not going to happen at all. You waited too long. You had, again, the perfect setup. The perfect Rocky Balboa setup. You lose to the champion in the first movie, and then you come back with a vengeance and take the title in the second one. You got the nice father-son story. You got the boxing tale. You got the aging veteran coming back for one last shot at glory. You had all that. And now you're going to try to convince me that, like I said, if this is going to be a straight-up sequel where you're going to have the same cast and crew and everything like that and the same storyline, that's very unbelievable. You're telling me that this kid was not chomping at the bit to get his robot Adam back in the ring and challenge for that belt again? You're telling me this entire time in 13 years they have done nothing? That is such a stupid idea. So dumb. So the only way that this would actually work, though, is if you recast the kid with someone younger. Someone that would make sense that this would take place a year after this movie came out. You could still put in Hugh Jackman, I guess, because he still looks fantastic, but I don't know. I don't know if you should even remotely try this. Would it make more sense to maybe just reboot it entirely? Maybe just make a Real Steel series? Like it said on Disney Plus they were thinking about doing? Obviously, Disney Plus right now, at its absolute lowest. It is desperately looking for a win. And no, as big of a fan I am of Real Steel, probably in my top 365 favorite movies of all time, there is no way that this movie or show is going to remotely make a dent. Because you know what? The people that worked on the original aren't going to be a part of this. And if they are, mentally, how are they doing these days? Did they all sell out? Did they all go along with the current narrative of things? Or are they going to come back and say, okay, hey, here's what we did in the first one. It worked out really well. Let's redo that again with the same care and dedication and love for the product and make something pretty damn awesome. Do you think that in 2024, human beings are capable of doing that in the world of Hollywood? No, not at all. Me and you, gentle viewer, have a better shot of making a Real Steel 2 with the same gravitas as the first one than the people in Hollywood getting paid millions and millions of dollars to do so. It's gonna be a disaster, which sucks because, like I keep saying, huge fan of the first one. I wanted the second one more than I wanted any other sequel back then. And what did they do? Nothing. You had lightning in a bottle, one of the coolest concepts out there, one of the best father-son bonding movies, one of the best boxing movies at that time, and then what did you do afterwards? You did nothing. And if you want to make it a standalone movie, I can respect that. But if you're going to come out now, 13 years later, and tell me, yeah, we're working on it, get out of here. What an absolutely ridiculous idea. I hope they don't do it, because you know why? They're just gonna ruin that. But in the end, what do you guys think about that?